Hi friends, it's Amanda here from Fun Hands-On Learning. In today's video, we're going to go through 5 hands-on learning tray activities that you could use with your preschool or kindergarten kiddos, and I'm going to be using them with my preschoolers. Now, if you saw some of my recent videos, I had 2 videos where I kind of took you through how I set these activities up. If you didn't get to see either of those videos, I'm going to link them below in the description box just so that you can go back and see how I set them up. Now in those videos, I did not go through the activities and show you how to use them. So I'm going to do that in this video. I'm going to go into detail on how to use these activities. Plus I added in a few different things after the fact, and so I'll talk about that as well. And there will also be a few clips in this video showing you my kiddos working on 1 or 2 of these activities because we've done a few. Now this video is just going to be the phonics and literacy type activities that I have set up for the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to do a separate video showing you the math activities. So hang on with me for that video. It will be coming soon, but for now we're going to go through all of the alphabet and phonics activities. So let's get to it. All right, activity number 1 was so much fun. This is an oldie but a goodie, that's what I call it, because it's an activity I made a long time ago, but I just keep finding more fun ways to use it, and it was actually probably our favorite activity that we have done in a really long time. And it's just basic, but I changed it up a little bit. So when I create activities for my children and curriculum for you guys to use with your students and children, I try to give you everything that you need for the activity, except for maybe you might need manipulatives or letters. So that is what I have done. But the thing I have fun with sometimes is I like to change up my activities. So I may have had a purpose for it and it may be used in a certain way, but then I might change the activity up a little bit and add in a few extra things. And that's just because that's how I am. I like to change things. I like to make it new and exciting. And so I'm going to show you how with this particular activity and any other activity of mine that you might download, and you might use it exactly how it's intended, but you can also change activities and use your own creativity to make it exactly what you want for your students to meet their needs. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Now, I did that because I have 3 children who did this activity, so I let them do it in the way that was good for them. And if you are new to my channel, I am a mom of 8 sons. So, yep, they're all boys, and yes, I gave birth to all of them. They're my husband and I's sons, so I have 8 sons, and I'm a former teacher, so I taught for 10 years, and then as my boys got to be school age and I wanted to stay home with them, I decided to quit teaching, and I've been homeschooling ever since. So that's kind of where I come from. Now, and it's so funny because you'd think that having 8 children all from the same 2 parents, they would be a lot alike, but they are so different. And I think that that is so wonderful because it shows us how God is so unique and so wonderful that He can create all of us special and different and unique in our own ways to show His glory and just to show how awesome He is. So each of my kids are actually really different. They all have their own unique styles, their own learning styles. With that said, I sometimes change up activities to help them. Now I know I'm talking a lot before actually getting to what we did, but I wanted to kind of like give you a preview of why I did what I did. So I have 3 kids doing this particular activity. My youngest one, my 2-year-old, is probably the most advanced of the 3 that are doing the activity. I think he's probably ready to maybe start sounding out words and reading. So I'm going to be doing some activities soon that shows you how I'm going to start doing that with him. So even though, actually he's just about to turn 3, so he's not super advanced, but he is advanced. And so I'm going to try to start reading with him and getting him to read. And then I'm also going to be doing that with another kiddo that's been doing this activity. So I have a son, if you've been following me along, one of my 8 children has Down syndrome. And so he is 6 years old, so technically he should be in kindergarten right now because he's an early 6-year-old. So he would be either in kindergarten or first grade. But because he has special needs, he is doing preschool type activities, some kindergarten, but I'm also going to try to start getting him to read as well. So those are my two that are doing that. And then I also have a kiddo who just turned 4, who was recently diagnosed with autism. Now, it's a mild form of autism, but he still has some special needs. So of my 8 boys, I have 2 with special needs, and I'm trying to adapt the curriculum and the activities to meet those special needs of those 2 kids. So it's so funny that I have like advanced kids, and then I have kids with special needs, and then I have just typical kids in the middle somewhere. Anyways, so getting into this, for my 2-year-old, what we did, so this is what the activity is actually supposed to be. All right, so first of all, it is a winter themed activity, and it comes with these alphabet mats. These are the capital letters, and so this mat, and this mat, and this, and that's it. So these 3 have capital letters on them. And then it also comes with, and now I made this activity years ago to use with some of my older kids who are older now, but it has just come in so handy. So it also has these mats which have both the capital and the lowercase letters on them for matching up as well. So let me explain what you're supposed to do. It comes with 2 sets of cards. It comes with the cards that have the picture and the letter, and they're all lowercase letters. And then it comes with just the pictures. So for your most advanced kids, what you would want to do is pick a mat and have them match just the pictures. So you need some sort of manipulative to cover up your answers. So what I decided to use, since this is a winter theme activity, is I took out these really cute snowflakes that I have. I don't think I showed this in my setup video. I think I grabbed these after I stopped filming, realizing that I didn't add these in. So if you watch my setup video, you didn't get to see these. But they're just little snowflake pieces that I've had in my winter bin for the longest time. So I took these out. Now, then what we did is with my 2-year-old and my son with Down syndrome, they would look at the picture. So they would take a card, and this is an elephant, and then they would have to find the letter that elephant starts with. Elephant starts with E, and they would cover it up. So that's the most advanced way to do it, is you would say elephant, what letter does elephant start with? And they'd have to hear the sound and cover up that letter. Now, you can also use the picture, or the cards that have the letters on them. Now this works on matching upper to lowercase. So they would take a card and they would see the M for mitten, mitten, and it's a lowercase m, and then they have to cover up the uppercase letter. Now, for the least advanced, you would want to use one of the mats that has both capital and lowercase, and that way, if they see the lowercase c for cat, they can still find it on their mat because it has the upper and the lowercase. So they're not actually matching, upper and lowercase. They're they can see it. So that would be for your least advanced kids. So there are multiple ways that you can change these activities to meet the needs of your students, and so I love that. So what I did is so we did the picture to uppercase matching. So we did the most advanced for those 2 kids. Then for my son with autism, although he could probably do this most advanced activity, I didn't want him to use these little snowflakes, because although they are super fun, he might get fixated on just the snowflakes and not actually want to do the activity. So what I did instead is I took out, let me move this, an alphabet set. So this is an alphabet set that I have. It's just a magnetic set. They've got magnets on the back. And I had him just match up lowercase letters to the uppercase letters on the mat. So he would take a letter, or I actually was handing them to him so he didn't get too overwhelmed with so many letters. If I just handed him this tray and I said, okay, let's match them up, he would get so overwhelmed with all the letters, he'd just be pulling them all out. So what I do is I hand him one at a time. So I handed him like lowercase a, and then he would have to look and cover it up. Now, another thing you can do to help getting kids focused on a mat like this that has a lot of things going on, you can, when you hand them the letters, say, okay, let's look over here, look in this section, you know, look over here, and then that kind of gets them focused on where they're supposed to be, and then he would match them up. So he would match up lowercase a to capital A. He can do that. He's really smart. He just, obviously you have to know your kids, you have to know your students, and you have to know what would work best for them in practicing the skills. So he would just match them up. So lowercase b, and then lowercase c to uppercase C, and so on. So we did it like this, and he had a lot of fun. Then I decided, you know what? We're gonna even do something else, because he loves these really big alphabet letters that I have. These are from Learning Resources, and this is the uppercase letter bin. We also have a lowercase letter one. So what I decided to do is I took just the cards that come with this set, and the cards that have the picture and the letter, and I just had him matching. So I gave him a few cards on his tray, like let's say I gave him these cards, and then I, you know, open these up, and I literally just had him match these big letters that he loves to play with to the cards. And the fun thing was he was still matching capital to lowercase, because I took out the capital letter magnetic letters. So he just kind of basically placed them onto the right card. So he would place the capital onto the lowercase card. And that was so much fun. Just even simple. So simple, simple, simple. Get out your cards and just match. If you've got magnetic letters, just have them match. And it was really fun. I have a clip of all of my kids doing this activity, so I'm going to insert that clip now. Okay, we are on to activity number 2. This is matching up the missing letter in a strip of letters. So it's working on actually alphabet order. So what the kids do is they take a letter strip. I'm going to take this one here. And what they're supposed to do is use the cards that comes with. These are the cards. And again, I made this activity years and years ago, and it's another good one that you can get a lot of use out of. And we have always enjoyed this one. So they basically have to find the card that goes in. So Q something ST. You can sing the alphabet with them if they need it, or if they're just thinking A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or you could just say Q, R, S, T, and so they'll understand that R goes here. So basically they're finding the missing letter in the sequence. But of course, knowing me, you know I have to add more to the activity. So really you don't need anything else. You just need to print everything out and you're good to go. But I'm always adding my own little flair to my activities. And even though this is an activity I created, I'm adding more to it, of course. So what I decided to do, now in my setup video, I think I told you guys that I was going to use these big letters in this activity, but I decided, wait, I have a better set of alphabet letters to use with this that kind of makes me happy because I don't get to use it I just don't use it a whole lot. Okay, it's this set of alphabet letters, and I'm noticing that they're all out of order. So last time we used it, we must not have put them back in order because A should be up here and B, C, and so on. So I can do that later. But basically, this is a Melissa and Doug alphabet lacing thing. So they have holes on each of the letters, and you can lace the letters, and you can, make words if you want. So it's really cute. And then, so the front has a picture and a letter. You can see that. And then the back has the capital and lowercase, and it has the word that matches. So these are super cute. So what I decided is I'm going to use these along with this because these letters on here have the capital and lowercase and a picture. So I thought, well, since these ones have a picture as well, it would kind of go. So I have Q. So what they would have to do is they would have to find the R and place it in. So QRST. And they can actually flip it over too to see the capital and the lowercase, just like these ones. And then they also have a picture. So they have the rhino. S for sun, T for turtle, and so on. All right, so then they would just take another card. So some of the missing letter could be anywhere on the card. So for this card, it's at the very end. So this one is a little bit easier because they could just say L. In their head, they could say M, N, O. What comes next? It would be P. So they would just put it here. So instead of using these cards, well, we might do the both. We haven't done this activity yet when I'm filming this. So I might have them use these cards, but then I also might have them use these. So they would just put it in. So here's another one. Here's one where it's missing at the beginning. So this would probably be really tricky because they have to go backwards. H, G, what would come before F? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So it would be E. So we might have to sing the alphabet quite a bit. But it's a really great way to work on alphabet letter order. And this is a great skill for when you get into spelling words and things like that, because they need to be able to do alphabet order for dictionary skills and all of those kind of pre-linguistic reading skills that they're going to need for literacy. So there you go. That is activity number 2. Let's go on. Okay, activity number 3. This activity was putting together some alphabet ice cream cones, and it was super cute. We did just the letters that were in their names, so that was kind of fun. I changed it up. Right now I'm not using the letters that are necessarily in their names. I just put some letters out here to show you. So basically what they have to do is they get their letter and then they have to match it up. So they have to match the lowercase to the uppercase, like so. Now this is another older activity that I've had for a really long time, but again, super fun. They actually really enjoyed this. There's 2 pictures for each one that match. So there you go. So I have my uppercase H, my lowercase h, and heart, hat. I have capital D, lowercase d, duck, dinosaur, and then I have capital A, lowercase a, alligator, apple. Then what we did when we were done putting our ice cream cone together is we took, again, a lettering set. These are some foam magnetic letters that I have, and then we just matched up. So this set I really like because I have capital and lowercase letters. So you will always want to have a set of capital and lowercase alphabet letters on hand, because certain activities you might want capital, certain activities you might want lowercase, and you also want to be able to work on matching skills, and you want to be able to make words that might be names that have capital letters in them. So always have one set of capital letters and one set of lowercase letters on hand. I just like to. So anyways, this set has both, and so we used these, and this is what I had them do. After they made their ice cream cone, then they took the magnetic letters and they placed it on top. Cute, right? And that was it. So super fun. I have a clip of them working on this that I will insert right here. Okay, activity number 4 is this pocket chart activity. Super duper simple. It's just a phonics matching. So you're matching beginning sounds. So what you want to do is you want to put 2 letter cards up at the top so that they have to match. You could even put 3 if your pocket chart was bigger. Mine is pretty small. It's just a stand-up pop-up pocket chart. It's a table pocket chart, see? So you can stand it up. But if you're in a classroom, you know, you've got bigger pocket charts that hang on the wall. So you could put more than 2, obviously. So this is super simple. I'm sure you've seen something like this before. But basically you mix up all the cards and then they place it under the right letters. So here I have an astronaut. So that would go under A. You get the idea. Alligator, apple, and ant. And then here I did the B for you guys. We have baby, bug, bear, and bird. This is an old activity, probably one of my first activities that I ever made when I started making curriculum activities. And so it's just super simple. Now the other thing that it comes with is it comes with the cards with the words. So here I have ant, apple, alligator, and astronaut. So you could read them these. You could say ant. And then you could have them match them up. So instead of having it like this, okay, so you could just work on the letter A, and you could say A says the A says the A says ant, apple, alligator, astronaut. The A says the A says ant, apple, alligator, astronaut. Let's match them up and then have them match them up. So here's the astronaut, here's the alligator, here is my apple, and here is my ant. So then you could sing the song again now that they have matched up the pictures. So they can't necessarily read the words, but they can see that all of these words start with the letter A. So we could sing it again. The A says the A says ant, apple, alligator, astronaut. A says and then you can do it with the next letter. So basically you just need to insert the words into the song. Okay, so we're going to do the letter B. Now one thing I want you to keep in mind is this song, when you get towards the end, you want your word with the most syllables at the end. So I was looking at my words and I have bird, bear, bug, and baby. Baby has 2 syllables, so I wanted that word on the bottom so that when we do the song, it will kind of flow with the sound of the song. So the B says B says bird, bear, bug, and baby B says So I had to add the word and in there so that it would fit in the song. Because you really need 3 syllables at the end. But since baby has 2, I added the word and. So when you get to other letters, like maybe when you get to the letter C and so on, you might have to add in the word and depending on the words. But so let's do this one again. So well, you would have them match up their pictures then. So baby and bear and bug and bird. All right, so let's do the song. Like so. The B says the B says bird, bear, bug, and baby B says So see how I had to add in the word and in order for the song to flow. I hope that makes sense. And I'm sorry about the glare. I was trying to move this so that, oh, well, that would have been perfect. That's a little bit better anyway. I was trying to help you not get a glare from my big ring light that's on my camera. Okay, we are ready to go into the very last activity. Okay, and the last activity, number 5, is a winter activity book, and this comes from my Lots for Tots curriculum. So it's basically activities that work on letters and vocabulary matching pictures. I have laminated this set and kind of put it together with Velcro dots and book rings. So there are 3 book rings at the top. Every page is laminated, and then I laminated the cards and I added Velcro so it's easy for their little hands. So this is definitely one that you want to do with little kids. You could adapt it to use it with older children too, because there are cards here that make it for a bigger kid activity. Now these cards can also be laminated and used in the book, but for this particular one, I cut the cards out and I'm just using them separately. So basically you're going to talk to the kids about it's winter, and maybe read a couple of winter themed books with them. I have a handful of fun ones that I like to read. I'm reading about winter, talking about what winter, you know, the different seasons, talking about winter. And then we're going to say, all right, we are going to learn some words that we can associate with winter, that are about winter. So working on their vocabulary and their matching. So you just want them to match up the pictures and be able to tell you what the picture is, say its name, and say it clearly with their speech. So polar bear. And then they can also tell you anything that they learned about those things. So if you have a toddler or a young child who can talk a lot, they can make a story, they could tell you all about it. Hat, what color's your hat? You know, where do you wear a hat? When do we, okay, so all that kind of stuff. We're learning about seasons as well, so a lot of themes going on here. Thematic teaching, I guess, is going on because we're adding in a lot of things. So they match those up. Okay, great for kids who have speech difficulties. That was one of the things that I was focusing on with this, was that I wanted my kiddo with Down syndrome to be able to work on his speech. All right, so then you also have the same pictures again, but this time it has the words. So what you can do is you can have them match it up, and then you can also take out like the beginning letter and have them match the beginning letters. So H for hat, S for snowflake, P for penguin, and B for bear. Okay. Then what you can also do is, I forgot to show you on, I would probably do it with this activity, or this page for sure, is I would have them match up with objects. So I have some objects here. Here's a little snowflake, and then here's a penguin and a bear, and this is a stamp, but we're not actually going to use the stamp. We're just going to use it for the hat, and we're going, because there's a, I don't know if you can see that, there's a hat on it, and then you can match it up. So we've got our hat, our penguin, our snowflake, and our bear. So you can add in some objects to make it more hands-on. We are fun hands-on learning here, aren't we? So we're making it hands-on. Oh, and by the way, these little stamps are super cute because you don't have to actually use them as stamps. I use them, it's kind of fun as a fine motor tool because they can stand them up like that, and then you can use the picture for different things. So I have a slew of these kind of stamps. I mean, they can use them to stamp, but I like to use them as the picture and then use them as fine motor, so they have to be able to set the stamp down and hold it up. All right, so this one is where they match up letters and it shows them the letter. So you would need some magnetic letters or letter manipulatives like I have here. Now I have capital letters here on all of these blocks that I took out. I just took out the blocks that they needed that would match, and they're all capital letters. So they're going to be finding capital and matching to lowercase. So bear, penguin, capital to lowercase again for the hat, and then capital to lowercase for the snowflake. All right, so then let's move those off to the side. This is a sequencing page, so mix up all the cards and then you have them sequenced. So this one is penguin, penguin, hat, hat, and so this was an AABB pattern, and then the one up here is an ABAB pattern. So that's kind of actually, you're bringing in math to this, and I know this video was supposed to be literacy, but okay, there you go, you brought in math, and you're going to bring in math in this one because this is a sorting mat. So you take all the pieces off, and then they have to sort the snowflakes and the bears. You can see that there's no bear there. So this is the picture, and then they have to put all the bears in this square, all the hats in this square, and all the penguins in this square. You can also use these little pieces to do more patterns. So after they have matched up pattern to pattern, you could have them make their own patterns with all of the little pieces off to the side, like maybe on their tray. Okay, so that is a lot of fun. Now, I'm gonna take this off because I'm gonna show you the other cards. So it also comes with these cards that are missing the letter. So after you have practice matching up upper to lowercase here, then you can give them these cards, and these cards practice with the missing letter. So they have to try to remember which letter goes with which one, or which one starts with that sound. So bear, and then they have to remember that that one was B, and snowflake is S, and hat is H, and P is penguin. Okay, so there you have it, guys. 5 fun activities that we're going to be doing that work on literacy, reading, phonics type learning. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas or tips on what you can do with your students. If you're looking for any of these activities, I will have links below, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.